Hey everybody, welcome back to Guys Night Lab. I'm Jesus, and Merry Christmas. It's almost Christmas. There's about 2 days left until Christmas. And I hope you enjoyed my 100th episode. And today we're back to the basics, back to reviewing a TV show, Christmas episodes special. If you hear any rapping in the back, that's my wife wrapping presents. I got to record when I can here. It's a really slim pickings for the holidays. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about a little show called The Office. Maybe you've heard of it. It's actually one of the best shows of all time that people love. And we're going to talk about the Yankee Swap episode that I call it the Yankee Swap episode, but it's actually the Christmas party episode. And so The Office stars Steve Carell, John Krasinski, Jenna Fisher, BJ Novak. I could go on. Everybody loves these characters. But I'm just going to use their character names for the sake of the episode. But the episode is really, really simple. So the synopsis of the episode is they're just exchanging gifts, and everyone has picked like their own gifts. So like I think Meredith had Michael, Jim had Pam, I think Creed had Jim, and so they all had their secret Santa that they picked. But Michael didn't like that he got an oven mitt from Meredith, so he got all mad because he gave an iPod to Ryan. And so he came back and he got mad, so he changed the game from Secret Santa to Yankee Swap. And so what ends up happening is everyone's fighting over the iPod because everybody wants that $400 iPod at the time. It's pretty funny because you get to see all the characters develop a little more. So it's like season 2, and this is a Christmas episode for season 2. But you're seeing a lot of Dwight's kind of like established more or less, Jim and Pam. But you kind of see Creed's character develop more, Kevin, Kelly, Angela, Meredith, even Stanley. And what I love about the episode is like the dynamics of every character. Like, because this is the first time we're going around in a circle and we're meeting every single character. So every single character has a little spotlight, and you kind of see who they are. And it's almost a reintroduction of the Office cast. So it's great. But what I love is like, I think Pam ends up with the iPad in the Yankee Swap game, and then after that, what happens is like they're gonna have an Office Christmas party later on where they're gonna have drinks and all this stuff and not drinks, they're not allowed to drink, but they do, but they're gonna have like snacks and drinks and whatever. And so what ends up happening is everyone kind of starts to loosen up. Everyone's kind of mad still, but they start to loosen up and have fun. And, not that they've forgiven Michael, but they've just kind of accepted it. And so they kind of go on and everything. Pam gives, she trades the iPod to Dwight, because Dwight ended up with Jim's gift for Pam, but Pam gives the gift to Dwight, iPod to Dwight. And she gets the gift that Jim gave her. And so it's like that was in the early stages, like, oh, are they going to get together? Blah, blah. So everyone's rooting for that. But one of the things I love about the end of this episode is everyone's happy. Everyone's, excited. And what ends up happening at the very end of the episode is that it's a throwaway line, but it really hits me, is that at the end of the episode, Bob Vance from Vance Refrigeration, Meredith's fiance, I don't know if it's her husband at the time, invites everyone to Poor Richard's. And Poor Richard's is the restaurant or bar or whatever that they all go to after work sometimes. And he tells everyone like, hey, Jim, Pam, Dwight, Stanley, Kevin, we're going to Poor Richard's. You coming? And he invites everyone. He's like, Michael, we're going to Poor Richard's. You coming? And you just see the glow on Michael's face. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. Like the post-after party, like I'll be there. And this is like, I don't know if people realize, but this is a big moment in the show because I think it was in season 1 or earlier that season. It might have been the Halloween episode of season 2 from that same season of the Christmas party, when Michael has to fire one of the employees. I forget his name. When he has to fire the employee, at the end, he rips up Michael's Chili's gift card and he invites everyone to Chili's. He's like, Dwight, Jim, Pam, Ryan, Stanley, Kevin, Meredith, Angela, and the temp. I'm going to Poor Richard's. The rest of you can go to hell. And so it's always been this kind of like Michael hasn't been part of the group because he's the boss and he can be socially awkward. But for the Christmas episode, like they invite him and like they're like, "You coming?" And he's like, "Yeah." So it's almost kind of like, "Hey, like we've accepted you." And even though like he made the party weird and awkward, they're still like, "Hey, come hang out with us." So I love that about that episode. The one thing about this episode that I obviously love is that two things, just nostalgia reason. When I was in college, I remember it was like 2006. We were like in the stadium seating. The stadium seating kind of like hall for our class, and it was right before finals week, and I remember I like downloaded or ripped or whatever this episode off online, and I put it on my laptop, and I remember I was playing it in class like right before class started, and like this just the circle of everybody like was with me watching the episode on my laptop. And this is like before like streaming, or you could just find stuff like, so everyone's like, "How'd you find the episode?" I'm like, "Oh, I have my ways." So it was like, I just remember that was really fun. But the main thing is that I always have a Yankee swap party myself. And I'm actually having it tonight. And it's 14 years going strong. And we have a lot of exchanges, a lot of oohs and ahs, a lot of fun. People bring really good gifts, and some people bring really crappy gifts. I don't know if some people are bringing crappy gifts that think are really good gifts, but it happens. And so anyways, I love the parties. I love the hanging out. And I love going crazy. So anyways, it's December 23rd, and I hope most of you have some some holiday parties or Christmas parties to go to. And if you do, have a little fun at your White Elephant or Christmas parties or Yankee swaps. It also is December 23rd, so happy Festivus for the rest of us. Anyways, stay tuned tomorrow for our Christmas Eve episode, which is going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Until then, take care and Merry Christmas.